Tyson Fury is absolutely hilarious.
You're a dosser.
He's a dosser.
One dosser, that's all he is.
You're a bunch of dossers.
I'm from the UK. We've had our fair share of charismatic boxers, but Tyson Fury might take the crown. Singing,
So bye, Miss American Pie.
cussing,
Kiss my balls, you little shit house.
dancing. The man is box office TV, and that's reflected in his business ventures too. When you're charismatic, people pay to see you perform, and a lot of people pay to see Tyson Fury. So today we break down the business behind the man himself, and we understand how a self-proclaimed gypsy from Morecambe has turned himself into a cash cow. And there's no better place to start than when he rose from the dead on that famous night in Las Vegas. I still have no idea how he did that. It actually makes me shiver just watching it back. Since that night, Tyson Fury has become a PPV star. Despite him frequently saying that he doesn't fight for money, the man makes a lot of money in the ring. The Wilder era had 5 fights. Wilder 1, Schwartz, Pianetta, Wilder 2, Wilder 3. Wilder 2 was a PPV monster. PPV numbers are always hard to get exact, but reports suggest 800,000 people bought that fight in the UK and over 1 million people bought it in the US. Those UK numbers are crazy considering that fight was at 5 in the morning. Wilder 3 reportedly did 1 million pay-per-view buys between UK and US. Big numbers, big money. Following those Wilder fights, the championship era had 2 fights. Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora. Dillian Whyte was an interesting one. Generally speaking, whenever 2 promotional companies can't come together and agree a fight, it goes to a purse bid, where promotional company 1 makes a bid for the rights to the fight, promotional company number 2 does the exact same. In this fight, Frank Warren and Queensberry won the rights to the fight by paying $40 million, the biggest purse bid in history. It was a WBC fight, so the breakdown was reportedly as follows. 10% went to the winner. Of the rest, 80% went to Tyson Fury and 20% went to Dillian Whyte. It's an excellent payday for Dillian Whyte, but look at the slice that Tyson Fury made. We know he won the fight as well. Big money for the big man. And also the fight was at Wembley Stadium, 90,000 seats. At the time, they said it was the biggest gate at Wembley ever. This might be peak Tyson Fury in terms of stardom, but it gets better for him when it comes to earnings. We'll get there in a second. After Dillian Whyte came Derek Chisora. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium wasn't a PPV smash, but an easy earner for both him and his good mate Derek Chisora. Now we're in the Saudi era. The Saudi fights are fascinating. They're not in big stadiums and the PPVs aren't amazing, but they don't need to be because Fury has Turkey Al Sheikh. So far, the numbers about what he's paying for these fights are yet to come out, but look at the production that was there for the Riyadh season fight with Francis Ngannou. We know he made a lot of money there. And soon, he will be fighting Alexander Usyk in an undisputed heavyweight clash again in Saudi Arabia. That fight will be lucrative for both fighters, with reports suggesting Fury set to make £50 million just for fighting. Should he come through that with the belts, all things are pointing to a mega fight with AJ. We'll get back to that later too. So now we have an idea of his fight purses since the Wilder era. All of this cash is reflected in Tyson Fury's company accounts. The table to the right of me shows his last 4 years of earnings as painted by his own business on Companies House. Now, the latest filing is of the 2022 year, so I suspect the 2023 and the 2024 accounts to be even more healthy than they are at the moment. But maybe the most interesting thing here is the cash at bank figure painted each year. The man's doing okay, and I suspect there's probably more out there too. So now we move on to his sponsors. Now weirdly, Tyson Fury doesn't have an extensive sponsor roster like his contemporaries do. But there are a couple that have stayed with him throughout his most recent journey. The first is MTK Global. The second is Wow Hydrate. And the third is Claudio Lugli's suits. In some of Tyson Fury's promotional runs, he's been wearing some colourful gear. They have been put together by the Italian tailor. Maybe he doesn't see value in sponsors because he's a media guy instead. Tyson Fury has written 2 books. The first one is called Behind the Mask, and the second one is The Furious Method. Both of them are either New York Times bestsellers or Sunday Times bestsellers. In fact, a report that came out in 2022 said that by April 2022, Tyson Fury had sold over 330,000 books, bringing in a total of 3.3 million for Nielsen Bookscan. That was over 2 years ago, so Lord knows where they are today. But the man clearly has a story that people want to consume. Then, of course, the TV. So far, the numbers about how much Netflix paid for At Home with the Furies haven't been released, but it's been a smash hit, despite Fury not liking the filming. So as you can see, the man makes a lot of money. But how does he spend it? Well, real estate is the first place. Tyson Fury grew up and lives in Morecambe. He's always had a family home there. Recently, he bought a bigger home in Morecambe for over £1.6 million. Now, if you're a neek like me, you might have remembered Tyson Fury posted on Instagram that he bought a massive pad in Marbella not too long ago. That house reportedly cost £6 million and is his home away from home when he wants to stay in Europe. Similarly, he's also been on record saying that he has a massive crib in Vegas. Famously, he said that Sugar Hill, his trainer, stays there when he's in training camp. So he's got cribs dotted around the world. He also has a very healthy car collection. But the real business move for Tyson Fury is Furocity. And that brings the center point to this video. In February 2012, Tyson Fury launched Furocity, an energy drink to rival that of Monster and Red Bull. These are the moves that I'm always fascinated by for elite athletes or elite influencers. In my opinion, elite fighters are the best people to build this type of business. They are self-promoters and are usually not restricted by a club or a league that they are playing under. They are global by nature. If you make it to 30 or 40 fights, you will have fought people from every continent of the planet, which takes you all around the world and allows you to tap into different markets and different sets of fans. Highlights and knockouts are instantly spread globally and always make for viral moments and a lot of shares. And similarly, you tend to fight 2 or maybe even 3 times a year, giving you so many opportunities to promote your product. Conor McGregor set the blueprint with Proper 12. Again, an elite fighter fighting all around the world, building a beverage. He, in 5 short years, took Proper 12 to a $600 million exit. He's now doing it again with Forged Irish Stout. In the exact same space, Logan Paul and KSI have an energy drink, Prime. You know what they're doing with that. They too built the entire marketing model for that business off fighting each other. So it's a no-brainer that Fury launched his own energy drink, Furocity, in 2022. He doesn't promote it. 2 months after the launch, Tyson Fury had a massive homecoming fight against Dillian Whyte in Wembley Stadium. Unfortunately, I watched that fight. The Furocity logo wasn't on his shorts. It wasn't a ring logo. The only place I saw the promotion of the drink was at the weigh-in when it was one of the logos on Tyson Fury's vest. A few months later, he fought Derek Chisora at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This time, wasn't on his vest at the weigh-in, wasn't on his shorts, but it was one of the logos on the canvas. Then came Francis Ngannou. Those highlights were spread around the world instantly. It wasn't on the ring, but it was one of the logos on the back of his shorts. With that drink, he has the potential to build a massive, massive company. I'm from the UK. I look out for things of this nature. I've never seen the drink in any store. I've not seen Tyson Fury hold the can himself in any of his press conferences or any of his fights. And I haven't seen any other influencers market or promote the product themselves. Tyson Fury is perfect to build a brand of this nature. And who the hell am I to tell Tyson Fury what to do with his own business? But I find it interesting that in some of the biggest fights that he's had in his most recent career, we haven't seen much promotion of Furocity, the energy drink. At the time of recording this video, he is set to face Alexander Usyk to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Should he come through that, all things point to a mega fight with Anthony Joshua, which in my opinion may become the biggest fight in British boxing history and maybe one of the biggest fights of all time. It is the perfect platform to promote a company such as Furocity. If he hasn't already, Tyson Fury has made £100 million in his career so far. The fights with Usyk and AJ will make him 100 million quid alone. And a successful exit of Furocity will make him 3, maybe 4 or 5 times that. I can't help but feel so far he's missed a trick by not being a little bit more visible with the product. Good thing is, there's still plenty of time left. Another elite athlete who's building his own beverage product is Lewis Hamilton. If you've enjoyed this video, click here to watch the fascinating business breakdown of the greatest F1 driver of all time. I'm Jordan. Thank you for watching.